You said that in order for a military campaign to be successful on the American side, that what we would need, and all we would really need, is to have a sort of accompany it with a public diplomacy campaign. And I'm wondering how
that's not quite what I said. What I said was if it were made clear, especially given the visible level of opposition to the government in Iran, the people who demonstrated, that if we could make it clear that the attack was directed only against the nuclear weapons program, that I don't think it's at all likely that the popular reaction in Iran would be to rally around the government. I think they understand increasingly that this is an authoritarian government. It's a military dictatorship. Even Secretary Clinton says that. And they don't want that. The people of Iran increasingly don't want that.
If civilians are killed in a military strike, do you think a public diplomacy campaign would have any effect?
Well, I think we could take a lot of steps to avoid civilian casualties, given the location of these plants, whose locations we know very precisely. And I think that's something we do in the U.S., and I think the Israelis do it as a matter of basic morality.
Right, but I think it's like an eventuality that you're going to have something like that. Do you think
I don't accept that, and I do think that it's important that we take every step possible to avoid that kind of outcome, and I think we'd be successful. And given where these plants are located, which we know, I think it's very possible to do that.
So if there's a military strike by us or the Israelis or whomever, you don't think there'll be anyone like us?
I can't say that. I'm sure things could go wrong.
That's what I'm saying. If they do, would a public diplomacy campaign work?
Yes, I think it would. I think it has to be explained that this would be an effort against the military regime's nuclear weapons program, not directly against the people of Iran at all. That happens to be the truth. That's always a good story to tell, and I think that we can make that story convincing.
So if the people who are against the regime, after a military strike, rise up against them, what does the West do in that situation?
Well, I think they're in a very difficult position. I'm not sure they can accomplish regime change without more assistance from the outside. I think we should have been giving them more outside assistance for 10 years.
Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot.